Amen.
So we can come out here and have a good time. So like I said, we started years ago with my grandfather, Joe Grigsby Sr. and Gussie Grigsby. They decided to have an Uncle Brian, and they decided to have a reunion. So I'm not going to go through the whole history. We're going to have that done right now. But like I said, feel free, have a good time today, enjoy each other. The food is coming, drinks are here. Don't just feel free. You saw the part, have a good time today. Amen?
Amen.
All right.
So before I get started, Bunny wanted me to let anyone who has not signed in the beginning, when you walked in, make sure that you sign and give us your contact information so we can keep the roster going. So what I'd like to do, this is pretty brief, but I wanted to kind of give some back history on both Grigsby and Dismuke family. And this is information, some of it I found, but the Grigsby family history, actually my mom gave that to me. And I kind of, added a few more things to that. Oh, is that working? Okay. Sorry. So I'll start out with the Grigsby family history. When Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, God told him to tell the children about what had happened to them. We should do the same thing today. Tell our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, what we know about our family history so that they can pass it on. Joe Grigsby and Esther Eleanora Bryant Grigsby married and lived in Changaloo, Louisiana. Joe was affectionately called Papa by all of his grandchildren. To this union, 7 children were born. Osmond Watkins, who was known as Brett, Gussie, known as Buddy, Joe, Benjamin, who died as a child, Mary, and Canary. Esther Eleanora Bryant passed away when her children were young, and Papa continued raising them into adulthood. Most of them relocated to Shreveport, Louisiana, and later moved to other areas and states, California and Kansas. And then the lineage of them, I actually have Papa Joe Grigsby's father was Jerry Grigsby. His mother's name was Laura Hudson Grigsby. She had a son, or 2 sons from a previous relationship, and their names were Charlie and Gussie Rome. The children of Jerry Grigsby, which would have been Papa Grigsby's father, his brothers and sisters were Ben, Richard, Joe, Lula, and Desolate. Esther Bryant Grigsby's lineage, her father's name was James, they called him Jim Bryant. Her mother's name was Mary Ann Stovall Bryant. To this union, their children were Richard, James, Curtis, Melvin, Millie, Hattie, Evelyn, Esther Elnora, Lonnie, and Novi. It's said that Jerry Grigsby had to leave Changaloo abruptly by night. In addition, we often heard our parents talk about the town Minden, Louisiana. Well, Minden connects Changaloo to Spring Hill, and a number of our relatives settled in these areas. The Grigsby family attended Sweet Home Baptist Church in Changaloo, Louisiana. As of 2015, the address that I found was the church is located at 1015 Wardham Road in Changaloo, Louisiana. The history of Changaloo, lots of residents have found Indian artifacts such as arrowheads and pottery on their land, primarily due to the Indian settlement that was here in the 1700s. It was about 1700 that a band of Choctaw Indians set up a village just east of Bayou Dorche, near what later became the present-day Changaloo. It's believed that the name Changaloo came from the Choctaw name Shakalu, meaning cypress tree. Changaloo also means running water, and the Indian trail passing the springs were called Chicken in the Trail. The present highway coming from the northwest and veering to the east after passing the old Shangaloo Church follows the original Indian Trail. A large Indian mound called Woohoo Ridge is located there. A skull, pipe, several tomahawks, pottery, and stone implements have also been recovered from the area. I also found that there is a street in Shreveport, Louisiana named Grigsby.
Wow.
So the Dismuke family history. Manuel Dismuke and Desi Carolinda Harper Dismuke were married on May 13, 1919 in Foreman, Little River, Arkansas. According to their marriage license, they were both 19 years of age when they married. To this union, 2 children were born, Bertha and Sarah. Desi had a daughter, Queen Esther Threadgill, from a previous relationship. Manuel passed away when he was approximately 24 years old. Bertha and Sarah were both very young, and Desi continued to raise them. Desi later married Amos Clear. They were affectionately called Mama and Papa by their grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Manuel Dismuke's lineage. His father's name was King Emmanuel Dismuke. His mother's name was Sally Gray Dismuke. Their children were Manuel, Ebby, George, Bud, who I couldn't find his real name, but Bud, Sally, Minerva, Sarah, Maddie, and then there was another daughter they called her Sis, and we're still trying to figure out what her real name was. Nora? Her name was Nora. I'll correct this. Thank you. The Dismukes were born and raised in Foreman, Little River, Arkansas. Desi Harper Dismuke Clare's lineage. Her father's name was Bert Harper. Her mother's name was Rose Dixon Harper. The children to this union were William, Desi, Presley, and Clency. The family moved to Foreman, Arkansas, where the children received their education and attended the St. Paul Baptist Church. Now, the information that I got for the Dismuke part of that were from this book that I had from my grandmother. It was a memory book that I had purchased back in when she passed away in 1998. And so I sat down with her before she died, and we had some time to spend together. And this book gave me all of the memories of her grandparents and everybody that she could remember. So I kind of took that, and then I also, thanks to Dee Dee, was able to go on Ancestry.com and find a little bit more information. And just a little bit about the history of Foreman, Arkansas, and then I'll close. Foreman is a small city in Little River County, Arkansas. The population from the 2010 census was 1,011 people. The racial makeup of the city is approximately 67% white, 27% African, Black, and African American, 2% Native American, 1 to 2% other races. Little River County was legally established in 1867. The county was noted for the Little River County Race War of 1899, which entailed the murder of at least 7 African Americans throughout Little River County. The reported impetus of this race war was the murder of a white planter by the name of James Stockton by a black man who was named Gerald Duckett. White fear of insurrection on the part of Black residents quickly manifested itself into a campaign of violence and terror against African Americans. So with this history, what we'd like to do is, of course, to continue to build on that. But I just thought that I would want to share that. So this is basically the history of our past. What I'd like to do is to bring up Gladys, and she's going to share some present moments and acknowledgments that we have.
Thank you. Let's give that and all of those that contributed to putting that together, because at least we have a good start. It may not be finished, but that's more than we've ever had.
Right. Yeah.
We certainly thank God for those that have forged the path for us and never had a dime, as hard as they worked, that we can speak of. But they gave us something that is, you can't even not even put a price on it. Let me just say it that way. They gave us Jesus. And so we're so thankful. But with all that being said, and all those that have gone, we still have some matriarchs and patriarchs among us. And I think that we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge Christine Andrews Grigsby sitting back at that table. And also Bessie Grigsby Knight, who is the descendant of Georgia. And then we have here Joanne Strider, who is a descendant of the Grigsby. We have Taylor, who is the matriarch of the Queen as the Dragon.